Last time on Final Fantasy 15, we completed episode Ignis. This time we're getting started on episode Ardyn. Let's get to it. Normal difficulty because I'm not a wimp, but not hard difficulty because I don't hate myself. Yeah, I thought so, some 2 millennia ago. So you were saying earlier that he only awakened recently, but he was there 2,000 years ago. So was he in a? Is his eternal life really just an eternal sleep? ME 766.
Long ago, there lived a man, blessed by the gods and revered by the people as their savior. His name was Ardyn Lucis Kylum, and he was to have served as the first king of Lucis.
This is his story. I didn't ask at the time, who are those people that hung up like that? One of them being in a white dress makes you think it's meant to be a allusion to Luna and the boys. ME 734.
A member of the Border Patrol has been reported MIA since sometime before dawn this morning. The missing officer has been identified as 28-year-old Mars Sapientia. Although Officer Sapientia allegedly reported for duty at his appointed time, fellow officers say he disappeared soon after and has not been sighted since. Officer Sapientia is a tall, fair-skinned male and was last seen wearing his Border Patrol fatigues. Anyone with information on Officer Sapientia's whereabouts are requested to contact the Crown City Police immediately. And now a word from the Public Information Bureau. Today marks the anniversary of the founding of the Kingdom of Lucis. The Founders Day Committee has prepared a number of attractions in honor of this auspicious occasion, including a parade around the Citadel as well as a statue of the Founder King himself. All are welcome and encouraged to participate in...
So Ardyn got into the city by killing one of the soldiers and then pretending to be him.
Shouldn't you be looking for your buddy?
Today in the Crown City, we expect mild
Oh,
and sunny
no.
weather with nothing but blue skies.
I'm on
The
special
Borderlands may
assignment.
experience some inclement weather, starting in the evening and continuing throughout the night. That concludes today's news and weather.
So I should just assume everyone here sees him as a soldier, right?
Home, sweet home at last.
Welcome to the Founders Day Festival. In a moment, the parade will begin making its way through the city. King Regis is scheduled to participate in the festivities, circling the Citadel alongside the statue of the Founder King, Somnus Lucis Kylum.
So this is the city Somnus built on the back of his own flesh and blood. Just look at them, free of care and unaware of the war beyond their wall.
In order to ensure the safety of all festival goers, we ask that you please follow all staff instructions.
I feel like it would be a bit weird.
Access will also be limited in some areas around the Citadel for the festival's duration. In addition, traffic will be stopped entirely during the parade. We thank you for your cooperation.
I feel like it would be a bit weird living in a city where you're surrounded by these beams of light all the time. I get that, you know, they're born into it, they know what it is, but I'd feel really
What
worried
makes
about
them
what they
worry
are.
when brick and mortar blinds them to the suffering outside? Why venture out into the world when you feel so safe within?
Is that meant to be Ardyn?
Life to live. This is the statue of the founder king? I see the sculptor took quite a few liberties.
So what do you think, son? Not every day you get to see the king's personal bodyguards up close.
They're so cool. I want to be a royal guard someday.
Yeah, sorry, kid. Probably not happening.
Now, let the fireworks begin!
And nothing happened. Oh, there we go. Hi, Ifrit.
Cursed be the wielding wings of the gods.
The Tale of the Fallen King, Prisoner of Fate. So this is how Ifrit got infected by the Star Scourge and became his puppet. Year is ME 734. Darkness awakens.
Ardyn. Oh, Ardyn. You can't expect me to believe that.
Oh, but I do. You have my word.
Well, in that case...
Ardyn as a peaceful
You
farmer.
look exhausted, my love. Are you all right?
An Era Miris Fleuret, the first oracle.
I am. The gods bless me with a power and a purpose to cure people of what ails them. I must see their will be done.
Your devotion shall not go unnoticed. The gods will doubtless be watching over you. Just as I shall be watching over you every step of the way.
Stop trying to humanize the evil man.
It seems to me
Where?
that the cure for your exhaustion is comprised of two things, one of which is rest.
Oh? And the other?
Is me.
Oh, Era, pray be with me, always.
And yet it wasn't to last. Boom. Oh, he was kept chained up in Angleguard.
He's alive. Just as the ancient texts told.
Oh, he's been kept chained up here, and
Take him away.
the Empire came and woke him. So he came back into the world 15 years before the game started. Back back when the Empire was still using largely human soldiers? Welcome to Skyrim.
Don't touch me.
Status report. Everything is fine here.
Roger that. We'll transport the subject to your location.
And we'll have the medical team ready as planned.
What's the situation over there?
Nothing to report. We're just...
Gotta wonder what ancient texts told about Ardyn being tied up in there that no one from Lucius ever found him, considering it's not that far off the shore of Lucius territory. Hey, Kingsglaives.
Get it back in the cell, no matter what. You can't let that thing off this island.
Oh, okay, Lucius did know. But Noct, I assume, didn't.
At once!
Ardyn enters Overkill when its HP falls to 0, while in its undying state, its attacks deal more damage, but its maximum HP falls every time he takes a hit. When its maximum HP falls to 0, the game is over. And in this state, the glaives are no match for him. Press square to attack with your arsenal of royal arms, hold square to blitz the enemy with consecutive attacks. I mean, I'm not a fan of his teleporting for every attack, it's disorienting. But I always hold the direction that I'm facing, because when you're playing as Noct, that's how you change what type of attack he does. How many Kingsglaives did they have ready to attack him? Okay, that's a cool movement tech. And 5 successful strikes to perform a finisher and create an opening to demon fire the enemy. Okay. Press triangle on enemy is vulnerable to demon fire them and harvest their life force. Ardyn, you were meant to be healing them from demonic forces, not causing them.
Could they be? Yes. I didn't purge him of the scourge. I bestowed it upon him. Incredible. His power's unbelievable. Hey!
Was Verstale one of those early commanders that we killed? Like in the first few chapters? Or is he the is he Prompto's father? In which case he aged a lot in 13 years. Because I feel like Prompto's father was a professor side of B.
Era. Somnus.
Forgive me, brother, but the throne seats only one.
Gods, no.
So Somnus was a right bastard.
Ardyn Azunia, Chief Besithia would like to see you.
Like it seems like Somnus may have been part of Somnus and Ardyn were a Cain and Abel situation, and that Somnus may have been a conquering king, as it were.
Nothing here to interest me.
Chief Professor's journal. And another journal. I was but a boy when I saw my first daemon. A wild canine ran afoul of the Plasmodia. The fear that should have consumed me was itself engulfed by an intense excitement. Much like the dark miasma that spreads across the land and blots out any trace of light or life. Some might deem me a madman, vilify me for researching a wicked plague that brings naught but death. However, be it the magic technology of old or the demons of our day, understanding that which we fear is a vital step towards enlightenment. The plague that ravaged our star centuries ago died out for a time, and with it went all knowledge of the monsters spawned. Yet since the discovery of a mutant strain of Plasmodia here on our very soil, that ominous word has re-entered our lexicon. Daemon. What caused the scourge to resurge? It rhymed. I hypothesized that it began with the rise of our population that began in the latter half of this millennium. While the adoption of magic technology has vastly improved life for citizens across the Empire, the territorial expansion it enabled may also have reactivated Plasmodia that remained dormant for many years. If so, then the true spirit of the Star Scourge may have only just begun. And then the Rakshasa Blade. A sword that stayed at Ardyn's side for roughly 2,000 years, flying forth at his command. One half of a pair, the Rakshasa Blade, was forged alongside the Blade of the Mystic, beloved grieve of Ardyn's younger brother Somnus Lucius Calum. Both blades possess different properties, forming a devastatingly destructive arsenal when wielded together. While one can assume both swords were imbued with the hope that the brothers Calum would rule in tandem, envy and ambition ultimately tore the two apart.
Might as well head out. I dare say this outfit wasn't tailor-made.
Was your original outfit when you were first alive tailor-made? I'd say it was homespun, wouldn't you?
Not the most enthralling view.
I mean, honestly, that is a pretty awesome view. Although I long dismissed it as some foolish fairy tale, the recent discovery of an ancient text tucked away in one of the kingdom's royal tombs has convinced me. Adagium is real. According to the tome, this inhuman entity born of the darkness has lived in the shadows of Engelgard for some 2 millennia. Perhaps solutions feared its supposed superhuman strength and potential for destruction. Yet to let such power go untapped would be incredibly wasteful. The military may have scoffed at us researchers for the lack of tangible progress on our magic infantry and demonic studies, but if we harvest this immortal monster and harness the secrets it holds, we may indeed laugh last.
Come, have a seat.
You look so young for a ravaged old man.
Gods above, we thank you for the bounty you have laid before us.
Don't want your food getting cold, do you?
He's still praying to the gods at this point? Has he not remembered the last 2,000 years?
Are you enjoying
maybe?
your stay?
No.
You've been asleep for years. Learning to appreciate the waking world will take time. Perhaps I can help enlighten you while we dine.
Such a deep voice doesn't seem to fit such a youthful looking face.
Was your examination of me a fruitful one?
Oh yes, you've proven far more fascinating than expected. No wonder they kept you locked away. To think the powers of a demon could dwell within the heart of a man, it's incredible. The Star Scourge doesn't sap your life force, it gives you more. Your cells can regenerate themselves, and you can demonify other life forms as well. There's no doubt you are
a monster.
Not a monster, a marvel. I can't wait to unravel all your mysteries.
So Ardyn wasn't using the Empire as part of his plans. The Empire was trying to use him. Like,
how long has it been?
None of this would have happened as it happened if not for the Empire.
Days, roughly 7 months or so. Then again, the Lucians had you locked away in that prison for nearly 2 millennia. I'd be more surprised if you hadn't lost all concept of time. You must loathe those Lucians for what they did to you.
What is this food?
Meat, cloned in this facility.
Cloned?
We cultivated somatic cells, used them as donors to fuse the nucleus transplant cells to the recipient oocytes, and then we...
Enough! I've no ear for the ramblings of a lunatic. What is it you want from me, anyhow? What about me interests you so?
You said it yourself, didn't you? You were chosen by the gods. And frankly, with powers like yours, I'd say you're nearly a god in your own right. We need those powers that you possess. With your strength on our side, we could finally put an end to the gruesome war with Lucis. You too must desire the fall of the kingdom that cast you into exile.
My desires are all in the past.
The man who wronged you may have died long ago, but his descendants live on to this day. Surely you must bear them some feelings of ill will.
My feelings are none of your concern.
Like seriously, the Empire here is trying its best to
come along,
instill anger and revenge into Ardyn, and Ardyn is not having it right now. Damn it, Square! Stop trying to humanize my bad guy. Let me just see him as all the way bad.
This is the fruit of my labor. A small portion of it, that is. I envy you. A human life is too short to truly understand all there is to know about the world. Go on, have a look.
Another journal. I want to try and pick up all the journals and then I'll actually explore the room. Those don't look very nice.
Do watch your step, won't you?
Okay, we just need to check upstairs for a few more and then we can go through the journals and then start exploring. That should be all of them. Yep. Acting on a tip we received from a friend in the private sector, we sent an excavatory expedition to the top of the Rock of Ravato. Unlike the immovable Archean at the Disc of Corphus, the body of the Infernian should be unobstructed and ready for transport, assuming our team can reach the peak that it is. Oh! So the Infernian was kept on the Rock of Ravato. Interesting. Legends say the Infernian bestowed the gift of fire upon mankind in antiquity, and this burning wisdom helped forge the foundation of what became the civilization of Solheim. Now, with the fabled flame within my grasp, I take my first step toward divinity. It is a wondrous day indeed. These are out of order, I just noticed, like timeline-wise. Like 7/16, 17/21, 20/15. Of all the gods above, least is known about the Draconian. Neither a tutelary deity nor a regular fixture in written records, the Blade Keeper has left behind nary a trace save for his name. Some legends suggest he selected a king to lead Lucius and bestowed upon the chosen one the fabled ringing crystal. In my opinion, it all sounds like the type of fairy tale the royal family might concoct to justify their hold on power. But perhaps we can explore the matter in more depth by paying a visit to the Lucian's confidants in Tenebrae. I've made a discovery both startling and astounding. The monster known as Adagium is none other than Ardyn Lucius Calum, older brother to the founder king of Lucius. Words cannot describe the sense of elation that enveloped me knowing that I was able to converse with a creature who has lived for hundreds of years. His powers do not cease to amaze. Not only can he absorb the demonic miasma into his body, but he can pass the plague onto others as well. He also claims to have gained a glimpse into their psyche when doing so, relived their memories, so to speak. If this is true, then it would seem this man has been blessed with both eternal life and unlimited wisdom. He's practically a god in his own right. The Lucian soldiers' reliance on their monarch's magic is nothing new, nor do I expect the armed forces to switch up their strategy in the near future. It thus stands to reason that we ought to devise a plan to inhibit their abilities by whatever means necessary. I give much thought to the idea of suppressing illusions magic, and while it will be some time until we have a working prototype, I believe we should have a fully functioning jamming device added to our Magitech arsenal before long. Further combat data would certainly help speed along the development process, especially data related to the Divine. What a thrill it would be to take down a god using the form of one of their helpers. So interesting here that they never did add that magic to their Magitech, that jammer to their Magitech. But they did develop a prototype because Ardyn uses it. The team we dispatched to Taupa Craig has returned with a fascinating report. The landing craft came under assault by a flying dragon as soon as they entered the valley. Hearing their story, I could not help but recall a passage I once read about the legendary Blade Master, which stated he guarded the Founder King with his glaive in hand and his dragon at his side. This would mean the creature they encountered has been guarding that gorge for nearly 2 millennia. And if one of these Lucian legends has proven true, then perhaps the kingdom's fairy tales are more than mere rumors after all. Even the whispers about the Undying. While few written records referencing the divine host of messengers remain, our excavatory expedition to Taupa Craig has uncovered some interesting information via word of mouth while investigating the surrounding area. Based on what we've heard, the demigods fought alongside the deities that served in the war of the Astrals, with the followers of the traitorous Infernian being all but erased, being all from a... Yeah, I think that's the type I should say, being all but erased from the annals of history, after suffering defeat at the hands of the other gods. Little else is known about the messengers, but I'm determined to discover more about these fascinating creatures. Okay. So Gentiana was not Shiva, she was a messenger of Shiva. She was a Shiva demigod. So that's how this is playing out, that each of these gods had demigods, which were the divine messengers. Okay. Things are starting to click from these lore dumps.
At center, we see what I presume to be Lucian warriors and the kings of yore. I've learned a great deal about the first king of Lucis, but I never knew he was second in line. It seems to depict a legend in which the chosen king dispels the darkness. If that's true, does that mean Lucis intends to someday stand above all others? Their trifling tales mean nothing in the face of our superior technology. Only we can restore balance to our world. At the top of the painting, we see the Oracle herself. The bloodline of the Oracle is one of the oldest in Eos, originating with Era Mirus Flore. Only they possess the power to commune with the gods. This painting
a family line that the gods basically went, hey, have some power.
Doubtless prove a powerful ally if she could be persuaded. On the sides of the frame, we see the Hexathian. Conspicuously absent is the traitorous god of fire who started the Great War of old. Perhaps developing a deeper understanding of the demons will bring us closer to comprehending their divine counterparts. But what if I were to find a way to combine those two disparate elements?
So just having a look at this, I'm guessing we've got Shiva on the top right with Titan next to her and Ramu there as well. Leviathan at the bottom right. Bahamut in the form of swords. But, yeah, no Infernium. And no Wind Spirit that became Garuda.
By my estimation, the grotesque creatures depicted here are likely demons. Could this mean these monsters will be harbingers of the apocalypse? If only we could find a way to harness their power for ourselves.
The line of Lucis was chosen to eradicate evil from Eos, and with the Divine on their side, how could they fail?
And yet, fail they did.
This is our world?
Man, there is going to be a lot of lore in this, isn't there?
It has been estimated that Eos came into existence some 4.5 billion years ago. Ancient myths tell tales of 6 protector gods who first alighted upon Eos in the ancient Solheim era.
Okay, these are very short lore dumps. So let's see. Titan and Ramu were both in the middle section there. Leviathan was down in the bottom. Shiva was over in the far left. I don't know who was meant to be in the top left, top right, or bottom left.
Fossils thought to be remains of the oldest members of the human race were discovered in the Vistala region. Some claim that humans discovered fire in the Sukarp region even before the dawn of the Solheim civilization. According to legend, the fire god Ifrit first bestowed his burning wisdom upon a man who later sat the throne of Solheim. The mechanized civilization of Solheim is presumed to have originated in the Diskai and Klain regions. Exactly when the civilization rose and fell, however, remains the subject of much investigation. The enormous crevasse separating the regions of Klain and Duskai is known as Telpar Crag. It is here that the War of the Astrals is said to have taken place. When Ifrit tried to reduce mankind to ash, the other gods fought back, and some claim this clash caused the collapse of Solheim.
I didn't even think much of that fissure when I was playing the game because you just go through it as a transition.
It is said that Ifrit, having lost the War of the Astrals, was interred atop the Rock of Ravito. After the war, the ice goddess Shiva allegedly sank into a deep slumber, nestled in the Goravas Rift of Volute. To this day, no one knows what became of the blade god, Bahamut.
Wait, what? Bahamut? Who the hell pronounced the Bahamut?
The earth god Titan can be seen supporting the meteor at the heart of the disk of Kothis in Diskai. As for the storm god Rama, legend has it he sealed himself away within Fosha Hollow in Diskai. The sea goddess Leviathan disappeared in the wake of the war. Some say she swam below the waves and slumbers beneath the city of Altisha. Some 2,000 years ago, the gods granted Somnus Lucis Kylum 2 gifts: the sacred stone and ring. With these in hand, he founded the kingdom of Lucis. In the centuries since, Lucis has managed to expand its territory while struggling to suppress a parasitic plague. As of ME 722, Mor's Lucis Kylum sits the throne as the 112th monarch of his line. Regis Lucis Kylum is King Mor's firstborn son, and first in line to succeed his father.
Huh. So was King Regis actually not king for very long then? 722 would only be about 13 or 14 years before the main game.
Angelgard, off the coast of Golden Key, is an uninhabited island that Lucians regard as sacred ground. Ancient texts tell of a monster known as Adagium supposedly sealed away within, but investigations into its existence have yet to provide conclusive evidence. Soon after the establishment of the Kingdom of Lucis, House Fulare founded the nation of Tenebrae. The empire began its occupation of Tenebrae in ME 359. a move that was initially met with much apprehension. In order to assuage the dissenters, the Empire preserved the Oracle's home of Fenestala Manor. This concession was partially made for political purposes. House Fleuret enjoys close ties with the line of Lucis. The Accordo Protectorate has developed into a bustling league of towns at the heart of maritime trade. In ME 606, the Empire won an important battle against the allied forces of Lucis and Accordo, and in turn, annexed the Protectorate. The country is steeped in traditions and cultures that are incompatible with imperial rule, so the Empire has permitted it a measure of relative political autonomy.
In other words, we did not have what we needed to blockade them into submission, and so we let them have their maritime fun.
Centuries after the founding of Lucis, a movement to revive the lost civilization of Solheim arose around the Weltham region. Leading the charge was House Aldercat, whose brave deeds brought about the rise of the Niflheim Empire. The Empire built upon Solheim's magic technology and employed it for military use. This new firepower helped the Empire fell its foes, taking Tenebrae in ME 359 and Accordo in ME 606. As of ME 722, under the direction of Emperor Aedalus Aldercat, the Empire is developing new arms fusing magitech with demons. Vestiges of the ancient Solheim civilization can still be seen in the ruins of Piteous and Steel of Grove. Several ancient structures also dot the forest of the Fallgrove that encircles Castlemark Tower. Excavation of these various sites is currently underway.
Is that the first actual mention of Piteous that's meant to hint that it exists?
In ME 501, during an expedition in the Ulwat region, the Imperial Army discovered a new species known as demons.
No, let's not activate it just yet.
Demons were first officially recognized as a new species roughly 200 years ago. According to ancient texts, however, humans have suffered from a parasitic plague wrought by the demons for upward of 2 millennia. Demonification is caused by a mutant strain of plasmodia that takes root in living creatures and changes their cellular structures. Infected creatures begin to disperse miasmal particles, the spread of which is known as the Star Scourge.
Interesting that they're considered a single species.
This model is a replica made from plaster poured into a demon-shaped cavity discovered deep underground. Demons sublimate when their vital functions cease, so this particular specimen must have vaporized after the mud around it had already solidified. Scientists believe this subject burrowed into the earth in order to shield itself from the light of the sun.
Oh, we got some live demons.
Aversion to light, they typically stick to the shadows until the sun fades and the night falls. Adagium, however, is different. Unlike his demon brethren, he can still function uninhibited in broad daylight. Of course, the ultraviolet rays harm him, much like they would any other demon. Yet his cells regenerate quickly enough to essentially negate the damage.
It stings, like the light of the sun.
Oh, that doesn't look very nice on his face.
Cover up.
And finally,
Adagium. That is what the Lucians call the monster they imprisoned for 2,000 long years.
you just said I wasn't a monster, that I was a marvel.
And his body is all but impervious to attack. It's no wonder the Founder King sealed him away on the Isle of Angel Guard. He undoubtedly feared this monster might challenge his reign. It seems fortune smiles upon me. Though the Lucians kept him locked away for 2,000 years, I've managed to secure Adagium for myself. The raging winds and stormy seas may have cast all others away, but the waves parted for me that day and led the way. While I've yet to conduct any official research, the potential he proved in combat was most promising. I estimate his powers easily surpass anything mankind has ever seen. Perhaps this streak of luck has just begun. Fascinating, isn't it? I pored over the ancient texts and found scarcely a mention of you. I barely believed you existed till I saw you with my own eyes. With your help, my research is proceeding smoothly. You have my thanks.
You know what? Mostly because I want to create a save, just in case. And I feel you there, Ardyn. That's exactly me after a long day.
This must be how the gods feel looking down upon our world. Here we have a model of imperial territory. It includes our present lands as well as our future acquisitions. Feel free to have a look.
Already done that. Okay, see, here you're actually looking older because your model shows you grade. But in the cutscene just earlier, you were
come with me.
Still looking young and blonde.
I found something most interesting on the Rock of Ravito. If my experiment on this specimen succeeds, it might provide the information you've been looking for. This way.
Is that?
Ifrit the Infernian.
Hello, Ifrit.
God, and brought him here?
He was sound asleep, just like the legend said he'd be, so we put him on ice. Do you think you could turn him
into a demon?
If you managed to demonify a deity, you could learn truths no mere mortal could ever dream of knowing. You'll access 2,000 years of his memories, and if you can control him, he'll be a weapon of supreme power. It's certainly an enticing offer, isn't it? Just think you could exact sweet revenge through divine retribution.
How do you know what I want?
I don't, but I know you have no other options. Well, shall we? Come see the fruits of my Magitech research. This way.
Was Ifrit one of the smallest
Solheim, forefathers
gods?
of our Magitechnology, once flourished on this land. Had they not incurred the wrath of the gods, they may have remained prosperous to this day.
And you wish to restore them to greatness?
To surpass them, which is why I need you to lend me your strength. But I'm certain magic technology and demons are the keys to unlocking the door to a new future.
What are we doing?
Lucians? But how?
Ooh, okay.
Code me squad. Adagium sighted. Initiating
Requesting
engagement.
backup from Nimbus squad.
Shutting down communications until all clear.
So, you've come to kill me, have you?
Or die trying.
Just as you assumed, I'm ready, my man. So I may be done by it was on the
This shows the glaives to be much more useful than they were in the rest of the game. More like how they were in the movie. Modify enemies to fill the Phantasm Bar and conjure spectral arms to increase your attack power.
You are to keep away your
And that's 2. Three. 4 and 1 more. And 5. Hold R and press up when the phantasm bar is full to inflict royal retribution on your enemy. Except it's not full yet.
Mankind only needs a savior subject to
I think I somehow screwed that up, but
Blast.
yeah, that was a blast. Oh. You mortals make a mockery of a god. Such insolence.
He's alive. You must stop him before he destroys everything.
Come on. Okay. That hurt a bit. That doesn't last long, does it? What's the man of House Calum doing here?
Oh, Infanian, grant me the power to take Somnus, his people, and his cursed kingdom, and burn them all to the ground! No!
Too much knowledge for you to handle?
I was the one chosen to be king?
Ardyn.
I mean, you were until you chose to disregard the gods, but...
Ardyn.
Era.
Forgive me. I defied the will of the gods and revealed to Somnus you had been chosen to be king. I never dreamt he would try to kill you.
But he did. Somnus fooled everyone, so he could usurp the throne. Everything that happened, it's all his fault.
No, listen to me. It's my fault. I'm the one who ruined your future. This was divine retribution for my sins.
You've no sins to atone for. Gods! Answer me! Why have you burdened us with this fate? Hera! Oh no! Hera!
Oh. The first oracle was getting taken by the Scourge.
Fulfill your calling, Ardyn, and punish me for my sins. Kill me.
That's right. Kill her. Put that monster out of its misery, just like I did.
I can't. My calling is to save lives.
Just like you saved that innocent man by turning him into a demon.
Please, Ardyn. You must live.
I can't. Not without you.
Come. Why not give the lady what she wants?
Oh, that's actually a hard one to beat. I'm guessing maybe you can't actually beat it.
Once again, you failed to save her. No surprise. A monster can do naught but destroy.
I'll never forgive you, Somnus. This monster may not be able to destroy you, but I'll see to it that I destroy everything you built.
And so he gives in to the Star Scourge fully.
Gods above, no longer shall I supplicate you for pardon. No longer shall I sojourn toward the light. Nay, the path I intend to tread is paved with blood and darkness. No longer shall I seek your guidance. This path is mine to tread alone.
So again, this entire story wouldn't have happened if not for the Empire going out and waking him up. Or going out and capturing Ifrit, forcing him to turn Ifrit and take Ifrit's memories, etc., etc. There are so many things here that are just... The Empire is arseholes.
The production of a Magitech infantry. As recognition for his contribution to this research, Ardyn Izunia was inaugurated as Imperial Chancellor. Thanks to its newfound firepower, Niflheim managed to break the stalemate that shackled the nation for more than 100 years, and, in turn, forced Lucis to scale back its magical barrier. The untimely passing of King Mors ushered in the era of a new monarch, and the young Regis Lucis Kylum succeeded the throne. Meanwhile, Ardyn began to spread the Star Scourge throughout the world, stealing people's memories and learning as much about the kingdom as he could. In time, those memories began to merge with his own, gradually transforming him into a wicked echo of his former self. And now, at long last, the time for his revenge has come.
Well, this seems like a good place to call it. Next time on Final Fantasy 15, we're going to continue episode Ardyn. See you then.